sorry. If you can hear the squeaking from my chair, there's like a random spring in the bottom of it that I just can't get to for the life of me. So if you hear like squeaking, that's what it is. It's just a random spring in the chair. But either that or I'm fat. But so there's something that's been on my mind for a while, and I think it's about time that, like, I'm not the first one to talk about it, obviously, but like I keep seeing it like so much and people defending it that I'm just like, what? Did we just forget that like we had like 20 or so years before this where we never needed AI like this? So today we're specifically talking about generative AI, the kind of AI where like you scroll on Facebook and you just see like slop all over your feed of just, is it real? Is it not? Like, to the point that we can't even tell anymore, and we gotta rely on the very unreliable comment section on Facebook. And I guess this is my resignation of Facebook, because this morning, I didn't uninstall it. I still need to keep in contact with family. But like I turned off notifications and I removed it from my homepage on my phone. So actually I should do that to my computer as well. Because first and foremost, Facebook has become to me a graveyard of just like where knowledge and common sense goes to die. If I'm being so real. So now the only real official social medias that I use now are Instagram and X. I think X just replaced Facebook for me personally. But so, and the reason is because everybody keeps using AI. A lot of profiles and accounts on Facebook are just all people generating fake videos. And now obviously it does, nowadays it takes a really keen eye to understand what is fake and what is not. Back then I think it was a lot easier. Like I think Photoshops were a lot more convincing back then than all the AI of nowadays. That's not even like me throwing a jab at it. It's terrible. Like it never keeps up the consistency of quality for everything they're trying to do with the software. And I do think it's a good thing that Soros shut down their video making site, because that website was trash anyway. I tried to use it and it just fucking didn't want to cooperate with all the prompts I was giving it. But what struck me as insane about that site is that all of the popular celebrities like Jake Paul have given their likeness and their voices to Sora AI so that people can do whatever they want with their image. And that right there is what scares me the most. Also, don't question the fingers right here. This is a work in progress. I'm just trying to get used to it. But it's baffling to me that, like, I mean, AI was already taking our information without consent in the first place. First off, I believe that's illegal. Second of all, like, it's not like a Google search where it just pulls up the result like right here. Like even the Google AI overview thing I can kind of excuse, but you can't rely on that alone, especially when you're looking for a very specific answer. But the point is, people are willingly giving their information to these AI robot things just so they can, like, what? Make a more accurate video of them? Make it more easily accessible to make a very incriminating video of you doing something or saying something, like, probably very illegal. Or just, like, generally making you do shit that you wouldn't do in the first place. You know what I mean? Like, there's this one YouTuber. I used to watch him a lot, especially during, like, high school and stuff like that, I believe. I think he started in my high school year. Stanley MOV. He was a funny guy. I liked him a lot. I liked his sense of humor. I liked the sense of, like, camaraderie with his audience. And But recently he started posting these videos of people like taking his image and running it through Sora to make him do like some crazy wacky shit.
Stanley?
Yeah, that's me.
Double cheese, loaded up. You ready? Hot. There you go.
Oh my.
And like, again, he's probably just playing it up for like laughs and views or whatever, because that's all streaming and content creation is used for nowadays. But that's besides the point. The point is, AI, like us willingly giving our information to these robots just to make what, a few stupid ass videos. It doesn't make any sense to me. At least, okay, so at least for certain people, like I know Moist Critical has done videos where he's talked about people making AI videos of himself, and like specific channels out there dedicated to like these goofy little AI skits. Like, I guess that's more up to him of what he wants to do with it, because like, yes, even though he's kind of getting his likeness stolen by AI, at least he's not really giving away his information directly to Sora to do this. But he's obviously also made it clear that he fucking hates AI just like everybody else. And then another thing too is the whole RAM situation. Like, all the RAM sticks are going to be replaced with like a soldered on chip or some shit. Like, I don't know what's really going on there exactly, but all I know for certain is that the big suits want to replace AI. No, and they want to replace RAM with AI. And the whole problem with that is you can't change it. Like, you can't switch out the RAM for a better one if you so wished, like an upgraded PC. Like, you won't be able to do that anymore. You have to just use what it comes with. At least allegedly. That's just what I've heard, though. You can, like, they're going to start soldering these AI chips into PCs and laptops nowadays, and even gaming consoles nowadays. And that is stupid. Like, that is so, like, genuinely just, like, that's pretty stupid, at least on the consumer's part. I don't really care what the, like, workplace reason is for why they decided to do this. They're always doing it to save a buck, and that's all that really matters. But the thing is, we've been working with RAM, like traditional RAM sticks, for years at this point. Decades of using these RAM sticks. Like, I am so lucky to have, like, upgraded my RAM sticks, like, so early on in the game after, like, I moved out here about 6 years ago. Because if I were to have waited any longer, then my PC would have been stuck running at that same speed for, like, an unknown amount of time. And if you were to look up right now the price of RAM sticks, it's fucking skyrocketing. I know RAM was already expensive to buy before, but it was nowhere near this much. Like $80 to $100 per, like, 16 in total gigabytes. Like, it's insane. I don't get it. I don't like it. So yeah, I've lost sleep thinking about how everything is being taken over by robots and AI. Like, and this has never been, like, AI's specialty, you know? Because, like, okay, hear me out. Yes, they're trying to replace RAM, but the one thing that irks me about it is just they're taking away the core essential reason for why computers have RAM stick slots. So you can customize it and upgrade it to fit your needs. That's it. And now they're doing the same thing with graphics cards, where, well, okay, they're not doing the same thing in that regard, but they're replacing the technology inside of a graphics card with just simple AI. I don't know the full details of that either. I just know I think it's called the DLSS 5. They're wanting to, like, have AI generate more crisp and, like, lifelike images on through like video games and shit. You've probably seen the comparisons to like older graphics cards or the most recent graphics cards compared to like the test footage for the DLSS 5, and it's pretty jarring because it looks like ass. Seriously, this does not look good. And I get it's a newer technology, but like, why are we going this route in the first place? It's worked so well for so many years, and I just don't understand why we're so complacent in the idea that we need robots to like take over everything. Like, it's insane. Also, sorry if you can hear that lawnmower outside. I think that's my dad mowing the lawn. It's really needed it. That's probably what a lot of people need to be doing right now, is touching grass. But yeah, I'd say that's all I really wanted to say. This is just all from the previous news that I've been hearing about how bad AI has been getting, and how much like industries and big suits are trying to push the whole agenda. Like, not to get into like specifics, but I know there's a specific job out there where people are always constantly using things like ChatGPT to get work done. And to that extent, like, okay, I am guilty of using ChatGPT. I have used it for approximately 1 to 2 years, I'd say. But all I've ever used it for was for very mundane things. Like, for example, I like to keep track of my calories, right? But a lot of the like food dieting apps don't have the right information about the food I'm eating. So I used ChatGPT to help get a better explanation for what exactly I'm eating and how to count that towards my calorie count, and how to like change that and make it better for the next meal that I eat. So, just as an example, I got my most recent birthday. I had a cookie cake, like a 2-layer cookie cake from Sam's Club, and it was really good. It was a really good cake. The piece I had was about, I want to say like that big, or like that wide, and then like maybe that tall, about the size of a Motor City breadstick, I'd say. I knew what the total calorie count was for the whole piece, like the whole cake, but I wanted to know like what exact amount of calories it was. So I asked ChatGPT like how many calories and like how much like sugar and carbs or whatever is inside of this one piece. The one piece. Okay, sorry. And it gave me a straight answer, and it made sure to like tell me this is not an exact number because it's hard to really tell how much is in that exact same length, like even with the measurements I gave it. So at least it was modest. At least it's a modest robot.
But what's also funny is I just recently started weighing my food with a little mini scale, so I technically wouldn't really need to do all that with ChatGPT, but like, I mean, it would just take a little bit of math to figure it out from like the total count to like that small piece, you know. So, oh well.
But like, so for very small things, I think it works. But as a replacement for like search engines, I don't think it really is necessary. Especially when you consider the fact that like, oh, sorry, there's a cat. Especially when you consider the fact that AI is literally just stealing information and using that to give you the best answer to your question, which on the surface you're thinking, well, how is that really bad? How is that like, I don't know, how's that like anything to be concerned about? I don't know. How about if you rewatch the first half of this video? AI is very resourceful, except it's not particularly legal what it's doing. Because while technically it's very legally ambiguous as to if it's even allowed to do that, But the truth is, we give our information all the time to third-party companies. Yes, we give our information all the time to certain websites, and a lot of people tend to click that button that says, yes, allow my information to be sold to third-party companies. This is not a sponsor for a VPN or anything, or like whatever, encryption, whatever. This is just the truth. We've still been doing it for years, and people get our information all the time, whether we give they like ask us or not. So I think in that regard, ChatGPT is very guilty of stealing information. And it's probably why the AI bubble is soon to be bursted, which I honestly think of as a good thing. Did you see that trailer for the new AI-generated movie?
I'm not going to share the name of what this movie is called because I'd rather not give any recognition to this shitty slop that's being presented from us from a director whose name is Darren Aronofsky. And if you don't know that name, you've definitely seen his movies. For example, he's made the movie Requiem for a Dream, The Whale, and some others I haven't seen, but I know for a fact they are very well received films. And now he's sinking this low to using generative AI to make his entire movie. This is some bullshit.
But that whole trailer was AI generated, but there was real voice acting in it. Which I'm just like, first off, this is coming from a director who has years of experience in great movies. And now he's starting to drop to his lowest point and start using generative AI to make his movie. Like, where the fuck did all your money go, man? Just go find a set. Go find a fucking whatever. Just, like, do what you've been doing for years at this point and make an actual movie. Like, stop cutting so much corners to the point that you're losing quality. Like, why do I have to say this shit out loud? Anyway, I'm gonna stop here. I don't have much else to say. I just really wanted to rant about this because, oh my god. And funny thing too, I just watched the final episode to season 4 of Invincible, and the number one thing people kept saying was the same shit we've been saying since like season 2. The writing is really good, the characters are amazing, but the animation is just so flat. And while that's a debate on its own and a conversation topic for another time, I have to say that at least it's not AI. At least I can say that it was real animation made by real people. Definitely animators that are worked to the bone for what they're producing. But like, at least it's not fake, right? At least it's not AI generated slop. Like, all the characters still look good. It's just very stiff and not a lot of like fluid motion, you know? And also, I guess, I don't know, stop using Facebook. It's become a graveyard for brain cells. I'm just gonna end here. Thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna be making another video soon. It's about close to halfway done. It's the next Professional Normie episode on the game Dispatch. I'm putting a little more time into this one because I've been treating like Professional Normie as like a show that's got to be consistently like coming out with episodes, and that's just not how I want to roll. That's not how I want to roll, because I know I want every episode to be different, and I want every episode to have like something new in it. So instead of just putting like a week's worth of work into it, I'm gonna start putting a month of work into it at least, because not only does that give me enough time to work on it, it can also leave me enough time to fix it up, patch it up, add anything I want to it that I feel like it could use. And at least there's no AI involved. I'm working for this shit. So hopefully you guys enjoy that episode once it comes out. I'm really excited for it. There's also going to be another fan rant episode real soon. If you want to stay up to date on all that kind of news, like, I give like semi-regular updates on my Instagram, and I just opened up my X account, like I just said. Follow me over there, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your day and night, and I'll talk at you later.